guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Diabetic Daily Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a why I chose the Tslim over the omnipod video today. So first of all, I want to start by saying I am super sorry for not uploading a video in a very long time. I'm going to try to be more consistent, but I just gotta get that quality that I'm looking for. All of my past videos weren't as good as I hoped they'd be, so I'm hoping this one will be a little bit better and more descriptive and just be more of what people are looking for in videos. If you did not like this video, please put in the description why, and I'll try to make better quality videos in the future. So today I'm going to start by just comparing the two pumps, why I liked the other one better than, why I liked one better than the other. And so first off, we're going to start with the pros and cons of the Tslim, and then we're just going to go back and forth from the Tslim and the omnipod, why one is better than the other, to me. So first of all, the Tslim is touchscreen, and that was a big thing for me. I really didn't want a whole bunch of buttons, or any buttons at all, on my pump. I just wanted a clean, slick surface on the pump. I just wanted a really nice looking one. So the omnipod was not touchscreen. It did have a couple of buttons, and also the omnipod had a separate remote for it, and then this big pod on your arm, and I just didn't really like that about it, that you had to have two separate devices, whereas the Tslim, it's just one connected through the tubing. I also liked that the Tslim was small. The omnipod, the pod is not small, and neither is the what do you call it, the monitor or whatever you call it. It's not very small, and I didn't really like that it was kind of bulky and big and kind of heavy, and I just didn't like it. Also, both pumps were new, which is why I narrowed it down to just the two. I didn't want the Animus or any Medtronic. I just really wanted the two, one or the other of the two that I am going back and forth from. The omnipod and the Tslim were both new, and I like that about both of them. Also, the Tslim was lightweight, and I really liked the fact that the pump was not heavy or anything like that. I just wanted it to be another sort of like another device that you carry around. I didn't want it to look like a pump. The Tslim really, if you look at it, doesn't really look like a pump unless if you go into it and you're like, oh, this is a pump and all that. But really, it's very new and stylish, and I don't know, it's just really cool. I like the Tslim very much. It does more than the other pumps is another reason I chose it over the omnipod. It has more software updates. It also calculates carbs, which the omnipod does not do. Also, the fact that the Tslim is not tubeless is kind of one of the cons that I really was kind of struggling with on the omnipod versus the Tslim, until really I sat down and I'm like, okay, these are the pros, these are the cons, and I really had more pros on the Tslim than I did on the omnipod, which is why I went with that one. That it's not tubeless doesn't bother me as much as, having calculated carbs and everything. The fact that it's just a nice pump also just totally sold me. The fact that the omnipod is personalized was one thing that really had me kind of guessing, hey, I really like this about it. Whenever you turn on the omnipod, the receiver or whatever, the monitor, you have I guess it's like this pop-up notification. It says hello and then your name and stuff, and I really liked that about it, but it wasn't enough to sell it for me. I think that it's really neat that it actually says your name and all of that stuff. It's really personalized, and I don't know, I guess that's kind of cool, but it wasn't enough for me to say, hey, that's what I want. The fact that it was tubeless and that it was personalized was the only things that I really liked about the omnipod. That it's just a click and then it's done is also a really cool thing. With the Tslim, it is a little bit more of a process to install a new cartridge and all that. It does take a little bit more time, but really it's fairly simple whenever you add up the pros and the cons of both. The Tslim for me was a better was a better card to play, I guess you could say. The Tslim really has been a lifesaver. I guess you could say, I don't know, it's just been a wonderful pump for me. It's better than injections for sure. Yeah, I think that's about all of it. I wrote down some of the questions, which is why I keep looking over here. But that's all that I wrote down. I can't think of anything else, except for that I really have enjoyed my Tslim and Slim pump a lot more than injections. Whenever I did do a trial run on the Tslim and the omnipod, I downloaded the simulator of the Tslim, and then I wore the little side around on my lower back to see the comfort and all those different things. And then I had the pod right here, and I noticed more the omnipod bothering me whenever I roll over in bed or something like that. It'd just be right there, and I didn't really like it. I pretty much took it off the first day that I tried it on. I was like, no, I don't really like that. So the Tslim was more comfortable. I barely noticed it there, other than the fact that it was just this little cannula inside of my skin. It was a little bit the adhesive kind of irritated my skin, but after I started wearing it, it really went away. After I started using the pump, it really didn't bother me anymore. I got used to it and everything, and I really love the pump now. So yeah, that is why I chose the Tslim over the omnipod, and I hope this kind of helps sum up some of the questions that you had, you know, pros and cons of other people. If you watch a whole lot of videos, then you'll notice that whichever one is better for you, as a type 1 diabetic, I really think that the Tslim just pretty much fit my lifestyle. I don't really do track or anything like that. I'm not really an outgoing go and do sports kind of person. I really just like doing simple stuff. I like to crochet and do art and stuff like that. So really, the Tslim was a better fit for me. The tubing doesn't bother me while I'm doing soccer or anything like that, because I don't play soccer or anything like that. But if you were like running track or doing soccer or basketball or something, the tubing would get in the way. So I would say that the omnipod would probably be better for you in that case. But whenever you think of you as an individual, and then you say, hey, I really need something that is tubeless, or something that I don't have to wear on my body other than just the insulin, then the omnipod would probably be a better fit for you. You just have to sit down and say, okay, these are the pros and these are the cons, and then work it out to see which one you like better. But those are just my thoughts on the Tslim and the omnipod, and why I personally chose one over the other. And I hope this is a very informative video, and it helped someone out there pick between the two. And yeah, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this video and how I can improve. Yeah, that'll be all. Alright, bye guys.